Where did life come from? Earth or the infinite depths of space? It's the ultimate question that has haunted humanity for centuries. We know that life has existed on our planet for at least 4 billion years. We've mapped the ancient geology, reconstructed the continents, and dug up the past. But the exact moment when non-living matter suddenly woke up, the spark that turned dead chemicals into living organisms, remains the greatest unsolved mystery in all of science. Some say it happened right here, in warm little ponds or deep hydrothermal vents. Others believe in panspermia, the idea that the seeds of life were delivered from the stars. But here's the twist. These two ideas aren't mutually exclusive. They might just be two chapters of the exact same story. Organic compounds could have formed anywhere in the Milky Way, only to boot up here on Earth. But how do we prove it? We can't build a time machine to visit the early Earth. So, scientists look to the skies, examining the cosmic debris that falls to our world. This brings us to meteorites, ancient rocks that carry the secrets of the early solar system. For decades, some researchers, like Russian paleontologist Alexei Rozanov, claimed they found fossilized alien microorganisms hidden deep inside these space rocks. Imagine the shockwaves, actual alien bugs frozen in stone. But the broader scientific community remains highly skeptical of these claims. Why? Because of a frustrating phenomenon known as biomimicry. In a laboratory, when ordinary minerals precipitate from water solutions, they naturally form complex shapes, tiny threads, spheres, and spirals. These microscopic structures perfectly imitate the look and size of actual bacteria. But biochemistry proves they are completely dead. It's just crystallization playing tricks on us. To this day, we haven't found a single piece of undeniable biological evidence in a meteorite. However, that doesn't mean meteorites are just boring rocks. Take the famous Murchison meteorite, which crashed into Australia in 1969. When scientists cracked it open, they found something truly mind-blowing. It contained over 70 different amino acids, the fundamental building blocks of life. And some of these amino acids don't even exist naturally on Earth. But hold on, amino acids are not living cells. They are just the raw materials. We now know these molecules can spontaneously synthesize in freezing cosmic nebulas. Mix some methane and ammonia, hit it with ultraviolet starlight, and at negative 250 degrees Celsius, organics are born. The carbon and nitrogen isotopes in Murchison prove these acids are purely chemical. The cosmos is a massive chemistry lab, capable of building complex organics without any life at all. But the story gets even stranger when we look at our own planet. A recent experiment on the International Space Station revealed a shocking truth. Cosmonauts took swabs from the exterior hull of the station, floating in the vacuum. They found the DNA of psychrophilic bacteria, extreme microbes native to Earth's Arctic oceans. How did ocean bacteria climb 400 kilometers into the deadly void of orbit? The answer lies in a phenomenon called the electrical elevator. Powerful atmospheric currents at the poles lift charged water droplets carrying these microbes. They are blasted into the stratosphere and eventually pushed right out into space. That's right. Earth is actively polluting the solar system with its own biological material. But space is a harsh environment. The raw ultraviolet radiation quickly sterilizes single cells. For a microbe to survive a 1,000-year interstellar journey, it needs heavy armor. It would have to be buried deep inside a massive boulder, a process called lithopanspermia. Could a giant asteroid impact blast a boulder off Earth and send it to another star? Earth's heavy gravity and thick atmosphere make that incredibly difficult. But what about our neighbor, Mars? The red planet has a much different story. Mars has only 38% of Earth's gravity, and its atmosphere is razor-thin. Asteroid strikes easily knock Martian rocks into space, and they regularly rain down on Earth. This begs the question, could life have started on Mars and migrated here? Our robotic rovers have proven that billions of years ago, Mars was a blue world. It had flowing rivers, deep lakes, and a thick, protective atmosphere. Rovers have even photographed rock formations that closely resemble ancient bacterial mats. But today, the Martian surface is a frozen, irradiated desert. The relentless cold, dryness, and cosmic rays have sterilized the top layer completely. If Martian life still exists today, it's hiding deep underground, far from the deadly radiation. And here lies the biggest problem with our current space exploration. To find surviving Martian life, we need to drill down at least 10 meters into the bedrock. Our modern rovers are incredible machines, but they simply can't do this. They lack the heavy weight, immense power, and complex drilling rigs required for the job. To truly answer the question of life on Mars, we need a heavy platform. Or better yet, we need a full-scale human expedition to the Red Planet. Think back to the Apollo missions. Humans on the moon accomplished miracles. In just a few days, astronauts and lunar rovers covered massive distances. They completed routes that took the Opportunity rover an entire year on Mars. Humans can gather hundreds of times more samples and adapt on the fly. A human geologist can assess the context of a rock formation instantly. They can make split-second decisions that a robot, waiting for a delayed signal, simply cannot. Humans can descend into deep lava tubes and climb treacherous cliffs. These are places that wheeled robots could never safely reach. And what about the physical toll? Martian gravity is actually quite manageable. For a short-term expedition, a human body could easily adapt and work efficiently. The barriers to a human Mars mission aren't strictly technological anymore. We have the physics and engineering knowledge to build the ships and habitats. The real hurdles are the colossal financial costs and the necessary political will. It requires a global effort, a united push to reach out into the unknown. Until boots touch the red dust and human hands swing a hammer against Martian rock, we are stuck looking at blurry photos and chemical traces. We need to go there to finally dig up the truth hidden beneath the surface. Only then will we know for sure if Mars was ever truly alive. So, where does that leave us in our search for our cosmic origins? The building blocks of life are scattered across the freezing depths of space. Planets exchange material, trading rocks like ships passing in the night. Earth might have been the perfect incubator, or it might just be the lucky recipient. The answers to the greatest mystery are out there, frozen in time and stone. We are the first generation with the tools to reach out and finally grab them. Whether we are native Earthlings or distant descendants of Martian microbes, the quest to understand our genesis unites all of humanity. The universe is vast, cold, and ancient, but it is not entirely silent. It's whispering its secrets through falling stars and dusty craters. All we have to do is listen, explore, and dare to take the next giant leap. Because finding life out there might finally explain the life right here.